What's up, boys? Dade here, my man Tyler. What you do today, Tyler?
First place with Eldlich Invoked Dogmatika DPE with a small shuttle engine.
Jeez, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. First engine, Eldlich.
Hell yeah, you do the deck profiles right. Got them sorted by the engine.
Everything standard. I always play 3 Hakuero because I want to see this engine as soon as possible.
Especially in 60.
Yeah. That's it for that.
Shout out the thighs on this field center real quick. That's nice.
I made it myself.
Hell yeah. Do you sell them anywhere? Can people reach out to you?
No, not currently.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe we'll get some on the channel. Let us know if you're interested, guys.
Eventually. Alistair package. Not really much to say there. Standard ratio for everything here.
Do you play another target for this, like a Mystic Mine or something?
I side Mystic Mine. It's
Ooh,
only
sweet.
really because I didn't really know what else to side, but I side Mystic Mine. Dogmatika, it's kind of weird. You could technically max out on this. There's a couple instances where it might come up, but I think 2 is fine. 2 Ecclesia is fine, and then rip the 3rd copy.
Why do you say fine? Like, why don't you opt for them?
Like, I can't really describe it fully well, but like with the grind game that you have, you don't really need a 3rd copy. Like, you could argue a 3rd copy of Ecclesia, but so late in the game, like eventually, like there's not a lot of value that it can get for you. Like I said, you can still argue for 3 copies of each of them if you want to see the engine as soon as possible, but I wanted to fit some other stuff in here. So.
That's fair.
And 2 Nadir is the worst decision Konami ever made. DPE package, the 2 and 2. This card, the card that gets summoned off of this is just absolutely insane. Like, Dragoon is an insane boss monster in itself, but like DPE just gives you so much follow-up and recursion with just what it does. Like, it's just stupid.
The card's insane.
Yeah. Like, it just wins you grind games if you just play it correctly. And then I didn't like this engine at all. I'd probably cut it, but you can keep it. You can play it if you want to. This is only there because you can send App Cologne, add this to hand, discard it, and then it banishes 3 cards from their grave, so you get a pop and DD Crow for 3.
That's pretty strong.
And then this is obviously you get this. You activate the Nadir, you send the App Cologne.
Yeah, and search that, dump something else. Yeah. So if you don't like these, could you make this like the 3rd punishment in the other Ecclesia, or would you still want something else?
Me personally, I probably want something else, but you could easily just take those out and just put it.
You could play 58 cards.
Or that. Sauce on your opponent even more. Large amount of hand traps.
That's what I like to hear.
3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 2 Nib, a Veiler. It's kind of like the 60th card or like the 59th card, whatever you want to say.
Do you play like access code line for this?
No, I do not.
Would you?
I would try, but like the extra deck is like there's like 2 flex spots and like you can't really.
Or you have a lot of engines, so
Yeah.
I didn't think about the fact they all are going to take extra deck space.
Yeah, you could if you take out the Shadol stuff actually. And then 3 Imperm.
Do you play the E-Telly for this?
I do not.
Would you?
You could consider it if you're playing like the Hulk stuff, but I don't think it adds enough value to it.
It would just be for like Anaconda in this deck, right?
It'd be for Anaconda, and then like if you're going for access code, but like it's not horrible. It's not a horrible idea at all, but like I would much rather just have it in here as just a hand trap. But it could easily be an extender if you want it to be. What is that? That's
10 or 12.
12, yeah. Just wanted a thick amount because Brave and like other dumb combo decks
And you're 60,
stuff.
you gotta draw them.
Yeah. Nibiru's kind of weak right now, but I still like playing it. People don't play around it and then get mad.
They're like, that card sucks, bro. Why are you playing it? Because you think that card sucks and you think I shouldn't be playing it. That's exactly why.
Yep. I don't usually banish 6 off of this with this because the extra deck's really tight, but probably proper to banish 6. But
Excavating 3 is enough for me.
Yeah. Random called by. 60th card. And then just a couple really good traps. And then, so 3 Judgment, 3 Strike, Torrential, IDP. This I would also consider a third copy of, but at the same time, it kind of feels weird opening multiple copies. And these are all just insane. You don't care. You literally don't care about wiping your board because I just summon Alistair next turn. I get my Eldlich cards. I get DPE next turn. Like, sure, I'll wipe my board.
All your cards just generate more value.
Yep. Can you calm down, please?
What? I was saying
Extra deck, Celine, Celine, Almirage, Link Spider.
Is that ulti?
Yeah,
Flexing on kids.
I try.
Thank you.
This is the 1-card Merkaba. This is for the Eldlich cards. I still play this because it plays around weird stuff sometimes, and it gives you a Purgatrio line. And then this is for DPE. So all this standard ratio for like invoke stuff. I always play the Raijin.
How often did it come up today?
Not at all today, but like I would rather keep this in my extra deck and it never come up because this is it's still a good interruption whenever it does actually properly come up.
And if anyone at Locals plays like Fluanderies, I think that card's really good against that deck.
Yeah. DP, the 2 Shadals. You could easily just take these out and have 2 more free spots.
Yeah, because you were talking about cutting that engine anyways.
Yeah.
What do you think you'd replace those with if you cut the engine?
Like, if you're playing the Hulk Celine, like,
Oh, yeah.
There's not really anything like specific in here that you need. Like, if you want another punishment target, you can have another punishment target. If you want like Celine line, you can play that. Like whatever you want, basically. Here for punishment and Nadir. So good cards. And then this card's technically the only flex spot for this specific version. But if you cut the Shadals, you have 2 more flex spots. So it's like you can play the Haug Celine access code line. Don't technically need this. I just kind of put it in here.
Did it come up?
It did not.
I like when that card comes up with 2 traps.
Yeah, it's very good when it does come up because then you have your 2 useless cards just turn into a interruption.
Hopefully those cards already generated you value, and if they each like traded with 1 card, then you're just gonna make that, which over time trades with 2 cards, and you're just like going +2 right there.
Yeah. Side deck, 3 Lancia. I played this.
Well, how'd that perform?
I sided it in once and it got super polyed. He used it. It was a shout out to Lyle. He used his King Tiger Wing Hoop and this for Muddy Mud Drag.
We got that profile on the channel too, boys. If you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it was pretty. If he did not have the super poly, it would have broke his entire board. This is essentially in here for the Brave engine because every deck's playing the Brave engine. This kills the Griffin Rider.
Oh, so you just punch over it, then bounce another card?
Yeah, you can just kill the Griffin Rider. You go, and if you want to bounce the token, you bounce the token, but you can also bounce whatever else you need.
Because usually it's not Brave, it's like Brave plus another engine, so you can just bounce the other engine card too.
Yeah.
Or it'll trade with like their interruption, but you're outing 2 cards for 1.
Yeah, and this is sort of the same logic. This card's just cracked.
And you're a trap deck, so like those 2-for-1s really do matter, because then you're going to set traps, and you're not trying to kill them that turn. You just want to 2-for-1 them as much as you can.
Yeah, these cards just help out a lot. It was a last-minute decision, and technically it did its job because he was forced to do something, so,
And you can't really read the Super Poly. His deck, if you guys have seen the profile yet, it's like definitely very unorthodox. You would not expect the combination of cards to be played against you.
Yeah.
Same with this deck, actually.
3rd Nibiru for whenever it's relevant. 2 Mystic Mine. The 1 of Droplet because I can't get 2 more copies.
Yo,
of this
that's
card.
funny because Zach had just borrowed my 1 of that I'm borrowing, but I've got 1 of Droplet just sitting in my hand too, and it's ulti too. Ulti's literally worth 2 droplets, but you gotta find the guy that wants to trade them.
Exactly. Well, technically, it could be worth 3, but whatever.
That's how high they are now?
It was like 300 to 100 comparison.
Jeez. So basically a playset of droplets price-wise.
Yeah. Feather Duster for whenever it's relevant for a back row deck. It's the most insane thing you could have against it, and I do not own Lightning Storm.
The best thing about 1-ofs too when you're playing 60 is when you play them, your opponent's going to go, wow, you drew the 1-of in 60, and you're going to go, yeah, I'm better than you.
That didn't happen with 1-ofs, but that happened with like basically everything that I top deck against Mike Wilson. So. And then the last 3 cards is Evenly. I didn't really know what else to put in here, but I figured this is good when you have to go into a grind situation, because if you get into this, then their whole board's gone, and then you have like Alistair, DPE, Nadir, like whatever it is. Like,
This personally to me seems a little weird in a 60 card trap deck, because like you need to open it for it to be good, because if you draw it in the late game, you're probably going to have like established cards on the board. Did that ever come up where it was like a dead draw because you had a set back row or a Mecha Butch still chilling?
no, it didn't. But I would still rather take the risk with this. Like again,
You feel like the payoff's high enough if you do draw it that it's worth risking the dead draw later?
Yeah, definitely. And then like eventually, like if you're playing the game, like this can be Mecha Buff fodder, this can be DPE fodder, this can be sent with Eldlich. Like it's still kind of dead. And like in some situations, you can also like just. It's really bad, but you can just set it and then like activate during their battle phase.
Yeah.
Like trade for like maybe a card or two, but nothing else with it. That's it for everything.
Any final words or shout outs?
I'm glad it performed well. I didn't think it was going to perform well, but I'm glad it did.
Hell yeah, thank you for the profile.